We are in the loading screen. I'm already really curious about the mastermind options that we are gonna see.
Same. I think actually we had no major like embarrassments or no major surprises. We know that Steen is playing cash out. Everybody else is mainly playing greed these days. So maybe we can see it now. Toykan, Kid K. I think they're the favorite ones to take different mastermind options.
Yeah, but we've also seen Fiesta from
Let's go!
Joke, right?
Let's go! There it is.
Nice.
We have cash
we
out
had
from Joke.
Adamus on Fiesta too.
Oh, I didn't see that game then. Apparently.
Yeah, no. Joke was playing Fiesta.
Oh, look at this! We have Castle, we have Fiesta, we have cash out. Only one green in the lobby. Wow, those games.
Nice.
You can hear my smile already because this is so much fun. Well, that's great. That's actually cool.
Yeah, Joke has also quite a decent role for it, right? He has the flower that can just push 6 workers.
Like Joke has a really strong role for Fiesta. He can't push 6 workers because he doesn't have a 20 gold tier 1, but he can obviously later on, right?
True.
Well, I mean, I like playing Flower Aqua Opener because you can basically push up to almost 7 workers depending on your income right away. So I think in Joke's situation, you could actually push 7 workers without getting punished mainly, or like big. I think you should do it. I'm just unsure about Toykan. He doesn't really have this perfect spell for Fiesta.
Yeah, also, like, I'm not a huge fan of making it extremely obvious on wave 1, and with his role, he doesn't really have.
But if you don't like to do it obvious in wave 1, right? The only options you do have is Consort and Windhawk, right? Like every other option you go for is kind of obvious that you're playing Cartel. Fiesta, I'm sorry.
Yeah, true. But you don't have to leak wave 1, right?
Yeah. You do not have to, but I think this is like the wave where it is the safest to leak because like at the moment, the current meta, you basically do not get a snail in 90% of the cases.
That's true. Yeah.
So I really like it. I really like the long early games from Toykan playing Fiesta. But maybe
and they're both saving, right?
Yeah, they both save, which is perfect for Fiesta because we can already see it here. We have 40 pre-income sent by Toykan, and this can be very strong. I think not sending is only strong if you have this league on wave 1 to actually make sure you get this 40 out pre-income and that you can work with it.
Yeah, it was just kind of unfortunate for them that the openers that Shadow and Joke are playing are just not really leakable on 2 and 3.
Yeah. But one thing I wanted to ask and talk with you about, we have 4 different mastermind options, which is insane. I'm really loving it. But how will the Legion spells affect this? Because we have very passive Legion spells, very scaling ones, and then there's Lone, which is like a holder spell. Do those Legion spells impact the mastermind options?
I mean, I think it's quite a safe game to play Castle. Like a lot of players don't like it in the current meta since you can greed more.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's still not bad.
I think I play a lot of Castle besides. I think my most played mastermind options beside greed at the moment is definitely Castle. Because I feel like I can carry with it a lot in solo queue games. Yeah,
same for me. Like besides greed, it's also Castle for me.
Yeah.
My most played.
And here, by the way, the 7 workers I mentioned before, you can safely push the 7 workers, and he's likely to get out a Fire Elemental next with Ascend and probably the Mask Cell. So Choke on you, 7 workers should be fine. Obviously,
the mask
5 and 6 might be rough.
Yeah, the Mask ad was quite unnecessary. Like he didn't really need it.
Well, without the mask, he would have leaked the Dragon Turtle, right? That's about it. Which is fine.
But which is an advantage to him.
Yeah, so. It is. Maybe he was afraid because they both didn't get Ascend and he wasn't too sure about Shadow. I can't say. But I think this has to be it.
Yeah, but Shadow was having the Sea Dragon and the Steed. So I feel like he was kind of safe.
Well, Shadow is playing somewhat an interesting choice because you will want to play for the late game, right, with Castle. But I do not really see his potential in the role, to be honest. Like, he does have Boars, fine. He does have the Avenger, okay. But I feel like his his limitations are still quite there, right? This is not one of the pop-up rules you have with like Gates or Starcaller Steed, Boar, or Doomsday APS, something like that is really gonna scale a lot. But I think like he's just gonna scale with pure value.
Yeah,
because the
also
Avenger isn't that great anymore.
Sea Dragon with Sovereign should not be underestimated.
Yeah, that's true.
I played it recently, and it is quite strong. Like, it's not
Yeah.
one of these powerhouse late game comps, as you mentioned, with Gates or other stuff, but
Yeah.
it's still up there.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing, and since he does have the steeds, he does have the boars, I think there are options for him to take a nice reroll and get something that is even scaling better. I mean, obviously, a disciple for him would be insane with the Dark Color on top. That's really something to look out for.
True, that would be really nice for him if he rerolled the disciple. But yeah, Toykan is going for another big league.
Yeah, I think that's fine for him, right? He's in the income lead like this, but joke on you, he has been leading in workers thanks to his perfect cash out rule, right? With Flower, cash out is just a perfect option. He is really solid. And even Shadowwings, who did not start with any income and didn't get any income by any other source, because he's playing Castle, is 7 workers, so as Toykan and Kid K. So we really do have this favorite early game for Chokonyu and Shadowwings, even though it should be slowly becoming Toykan's early game.
Yeah, true. I mean, they're also kinda in the advantage by the standing order and with the rolls, right? Like, Toykan wants to scale with his Fiesta, while Shadow can just starve him and enable Joke that has a roll.
Actually, it's the other way around. Chokonyu already sitting on 120 Mythium, which is quite a lot, right? So I'm really curious when the send is gonna happen, and if you have a look at the lanes, Kid K, it could be, well, it could very well be 6, it could very well be 7. I think there's not much of a difference. Probably 7 overall, looking a bit better against.
I feel like it is 7, yeah. But yeah, Toykan must have still felt some.
The income sense. Okay. Well, this could either work out pretty well, because on wave 6 you usually either league a lot of creeps on low life, don't ask me why, or no creep.
Wave 6 targeting.
It's like you have 4 creeps and at the end you league 4 low life Rockos.
Yeah, even if you're playing only single target damage, no AoE at all.
I had scenarios where I actually had more targeted Rockos than actual fighters on the board. Pre-6.
That's a nice one. Yeah, but I don't think that Toykan is in too much danger here.
Yeah, Toykan is looking quite well, right? And we do have Kid K as well, who did get the Royal Guard for this wave, so he's at least clearing half the wave. The temp is actually being able to deal quite some damage, and he's gonna be a bit unlucky maybe on this side.
Yeah, as we mentioned.
Oh, we mentioned it. It's the Penny Leaks on wave 6. Very unlucky, obviously, very unlucky.
And they're getting some king damage in here, because Toykan is leaking as well. But the Drake is also like a very deadly scent against what Kid K has.
The Drake is very deadly. Dragon Turtles, I think, would have been. Oh no! Oh, so close.
But also look at these. Like, this is so frustrating.
No, but actually this is fine, right? The king in the early game at the moment is so strong, and look at the send from Toykan and Kid K. They already have 180 and 160 banked up. And this is, what is this, 25%? The king at the moment is really strong in the early game. Like, I'm surprised every time I see sends, and they're just keeping the save up, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna get income.
The damage doesn't matter that much, but the financial, like the economic damage is huge. Like, leaking those creeps on so low HP is just frustrating in that moment.
It is. But do you know what's the worst about this? Toykan and Kid K, they're saving, right? They're gonna get this insane send, and they're just gonna get shut down on Choke already. And we will see more shutdown. It's even Shadow being on Castle, right? So he's actually favored to get shut down in the early game on Toykan or Kid K. But now Shadow and Choke are on shutdown, which is really awful. Like, at the moment, I feel this is like one of the worst parts of the meta, or not the meta, but the balancing, that you can go and shut down just because your opponent is saving.
because
This is
he's
like
saving
retarded.
and leaking.
Yeah, this is retarded as hell.
Yeah, I also think that's not very well balanced.
Ooh,
But well, look at this, another small leak.
Yeah,
Oh,
small
but a
leak.
huge, yeah,
Well,
not so small
Well,
after
with
all.
this send now, this is not worth it at all. I thought this is gonna be income sends fine, easy snacks, 100 each, Dino Snail. But this turned out to be a lot worse. I mean,
Yeah, but look at their builds, right?
yeah, obviously. I just was hoping they're doing better than they actually did. I mean, this is insanely bad for them. But we have Mole Hermit being sent on Chokunyu, which is obviously easy against Aquas, right? Natural weak wave
Yep.
on 8. We have the Ghost Knight, perfect send against Shadowwings, actually. He does not have a bit of peers besides the 2 consort.
Yeah, true.
It's looking insane.
Yeah, true. Not much of ability damage there.
Like I
So
really
it's
like
quite
it. it isn't. Look at just look at Jokunyu now, right? He does have so much value for 8.
Yeah, and since the
And he's still
disciple
gonna
is so
leak.
far at the front, the disciple will not focus the mole.
Yeah, maybe with the tanks it might though, right?
I think it should.
Because the Wanderer should attack it, right? And then it
Yeah,
should...
but the other creeps are lower from the AoE.
Oh,
so
but he's quite lucky with the focus, to be honest. His Aqua's being focused first, so his Hellraiser mainly
I mean, it's just
being his
so
damage
much
source.
value. He's only minus
Oh, but
30,
look at this! The Avenger's not able to hit the wave with the AoE damage, getting the Ghost Knight, but leaking the rest of the wave.
Yeah, but Kid K is also leaking another 50%. It's just also so hard to play as the mate when your teammate is playing Fiesta. It's very difficult to adjust to the length of the waves. Because especially if you're saving, right, you can't look into the future and know how long the next 4 waves are going to be or the next 3 waves.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to adjust your push.
That's true. That's very, very true. And on top of all this, we had Chokunyu being on shutdown, actually 25 gold each for Toykan and Kid K, but he didn't leak here, so no shutdown granted. Kid K and Toykan now far behind, right? We do soon have this wave 10 breakpoint where Shadow's gonna get his 40 extra income, or 38 it is.
And you can already see them overbuild because they know they don't have to take a risk anymore.
Yeah.
They're just so ahead.
There's no real chance now to lose this for Shadow and Choke, I think. They have 100% King HP. They could step up a bit in King ups, but they do have the income lead, or at least they're equal income, but will have the income lead after 10. They have the worker lead by far, and they just have a bit better rolls as well.
Yeah, and they have the value lead.
Yeah,
they're like
that's true.
Ahead in every aspect right now.
I mean, we have to appreciate that Toykan is trying out for the Fiesta. I really love it. But if it doesn't work out well in the early game, and we saw that Chokunyu was actually having the best early game out of all of them, and Toykan should, around wave 7-8, he should start to really lead in income, but he never did. And this way he's just not able to, make the break and start overbuilding and hold.
Yeah, true. It's like Joke's mastermind option doesn't give him any income, right, as well, from the start. It's just, some gold, and he's 50 income ahead of Toykan. So that already tells you enough about the state of the game.
That's true.
It's even nearly 60.
I mean, let's be honest. We have Kid K now receiving Ascent, which is a mole in the dino, probably getting somewhere ups like a Dragon Turtle Snail, I would assume. Brute. Interesting against Tempest, but okay. He should be able to hold. Like, it's gonna be close. It depends a bit on whether the mole's gonna get sniped and when it's getting sniped, I think. But he is favored in terms of Toykan and Kid K to hold here, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if somebody's holding, it's Kid K.
It doesn't look like a hold bow.
Yeah, it doesn't. He just did like the damage in the end.
They just die.
I think, as mentioned before, we gotta appreciate the Fiesta, but well, in the end, it was a Fiesta, it was a slaughter indeed, and that's game number 1 for Choke and Shadow. Yeah,
I feel like it was just very obvious from the start that he's on Fiesta, and Toykan just didn't have a role. Like, look at what he has in his role. there's no way he can progress from there. Joke apparently wants to show Toykan how Fiesta is actually played.
We have Fiesta, Toykan playing Greed. We have Fiesta and Kid K this time. They changed things up. And Shadow Wings with the cash out. Very interesting. We could see a gate opener. I would like to see it, even though it should be like really trash. I would like to see it.
Absolutely horrible.
I would like to see it still.
Like the tier 6 on 1 is just instant report.
I think
out of 4 angle.
I have to say, I think it can be good with an Avenger as long as you have Butcher in your role or Pilgrim.
Yeah, but
because then you could like full push everything and then just build either a Butcher or a Pilgrim for 5 and then add a split in terms of Butcher. And you should be okay.
Even then, if you have a Graal, I prefer to still play
obviously.
into Avenger on 3 because you just kill your mates so hard.
Yeah.
Kid K has a cat, which might give him a nice Fiesta deck.
I'm actually curious what he's doing.
You can just place the cat into tier 1. Why is he building in the middle?
That's a very good question.
Because he's gonna play
cannon.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna see that coming.
Well, why isn't he adding a tier 1?
I don't know if he doesn't need it. I've never seen this, to be honest, so I'm really curious about what's gonna happen.
He needs the tier 1. Like having 2 stacks on the cat instead of 3 makes the cat 3 hit the wave instead of 2 hit.
Okay.
So he's certainly gonna leak if he adds the tier 1, but it's gonna be less than this. Like this, it's 42%, but it could be a lot better.
Oh no! Choke, you going for the hold? Choke, you playing Fiesta as well, going for the hold in wave 1? He pretty sure didn't plan that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he didn't know or if he expected.
I think you can go Atom Proton right and do a very small leak. Maybe he thought about us getting a snail. I can't say.
Yeah, it must be right.
And I really think it's super interesting to see all those non-king ups on 1 send on 2, right? We did not have a single send on wave 1, and now everybody's able to get the 40, and so far Toykan seeming to be the only one not going for the full 40 on wave 2.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily worth against the Bone Crusher.
No, definitely not. I think just take the income as he did and then save the rest for another wave. 3 and 4 look very promising. In those cases.
I mean, 4 looks really nice.
4 looks insane. Yeah. And we do have this time a league around on Choke on You, who's playing Fiesta, the first +4 for him.
Yeah. And we already have 2 +4s on Kid K.
But actually, this Bone Crush on Shadowwings is not only helping out Choke on You because you want slow holds in the early game as Fiesta player to just make something out of the extra income you get within the first 4 or 5 waves. But the same is applied for Kid K, right? He's just getting this free time as well. He's running in workers now, everybody on 6, but this could change up soon as we do not have sense from everybody coming around.
True. But Shadow is sending Kid K, which might give him another +4, right?
I think so, right? A double snail against the 5-stack cat, so that should overall be a +4, even though it might as well be quite good, like 30%.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this actually leaks, but it should.
It should, right? The cat is 2-hitting the wave, which is what happened to Joke?
That's a big one.
Wow.
Joke's +4s are bigger leaks than Kid K's.
Yeah, I mean Kid K's +4s are really nice, right? 44% here. It's okay. He does get quite a fair share, and he's now leading in workers. That's perfect.
Yeah, it is. And I think at this point, it might already be worth for him to start going for the holds.
A Cannoneer. Well, I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
So,
like, he already saw the Ranger, why not just go Dino Snail?
Well, and apart from this, I'm really no big fan of Cannoneers and Drakes within like the first 5, maybe even 6 waves, because as you send melee mercs, it is quite more likely that the targeting is gonna focus one of those, and he's gonna leak big because he's not able to kill a big unit like a Dino or a Fiend in earlier waves like 3.
Absolutely
and a cannoneer is always likely to be leaked. So if there's gonna be leaked, there's the cannoneer to be leaked. But obviously, the wave leak overall is a lot smaller in those cases.
Yeah, but I mean, you can deny the 30 gold with certainty.
Yeah.
But I still feel like a Dino might have caused a bigger leak here.
I think so as well. I would guess that a Dragon Turtle or Dino Double Snail might have been a way bigger leak than we saw now with only the Cannoneer, as you mentioned.
Yeah. Especially since the Dino should go on the Daphne.
Yeah. And one thing that's very interesting, since we did not have any King Ups on Wave 1, we do have each of the Kings very vulnerable to even smaller leaks in the early game and as well later on, right? I think at the moment it's quite common to actually put a lot of resources into upgrading your king. But at the moment, since we do not have those king ups yet to be spent on, you will have to do that later on in order to not die to medium-sized Zens in the mid and late game.
True. Yeah, like this, they're just going for more leaks, I suppose, in the early game. And just rely on the king being really pumped after those buffs.
Yeah, it is. It's insane. Like this is a real berserker, right? Not the unit we call berserker, but the king is like it's really insane.
Yeah, that's true. And later on, if you expect Ascent and if you are sure when you're gonna get it, it's still quite easy to upgrade your king, right? With more workers later on.
One thing, I don't know if you saw it, but Chokondu, he really tried to leak here, right? 380 value. Probably a single snail would have already done the difference, because then the splitting is different on his lane, but he wasn't able to leak, and now he is 130 under, only getting the Cannoneer once again, so the leak should not be too huge for him, I fear.
Yeah, true. We don't see a Harden on Kid K. I'm not sure if I like it. He's quite weak here.
Ooh, the double snail and Kid K. The double brute.
Yeah, the double brute. Like, this might be nasty. I think he should have hardened there.
Yeah, and we not only have it against Kid K, but also against Toykan. And his Atom has to do an insane job here, but I fear it's not able to.
And they're just both not good here, right? So.
Yeah, but I mean, Kid K, double brute, and a Rocco League, that's more than fine.
Yeah, but he's on value, right?
Yeah, he is. That's true.
So kind of predictable that the Sun is coming.
It is, especially since
Toykan is strong on 7, and
Kid K as well, right? He does have a 7-stack cat, so it would have definitely been a Harden on this wave. I totally agree on you with you. And especially
and Joke is going for the clean +4 here.
Going for the clean +4, we had a not so clean +4 for Kid K. And right now we do already see the crystallization on the worker lead, Choke on You and Shadow Wings. They've been in the lead throughout the wave. Now it's only one worker of a difference, but it is slowly but steadily going towards that direction once again in this early game.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, Kid K is in a good spot, but Toykan seems a little bit behind.
Yeah. I mean, is there any role we would have to mention, right? To be honest, I look at the roles and none of them is like surprisingly insane. You do have Toykan maybe with Trinity Archer, Antler being able to do something, or Kid K, he does have the APS and quite some units that do fine with the cannon. He does have the LODs, but on Shadowing and Choke on You, the rolls don't look too insane. So actually, their time's ticking.
Shadow has Zeus Ranger with Bug.
Oh, true. I didn't see the Zeus. I didn't see this. Yeah, actually that's true. It's fine, but he's still lacking Arcane, for example, right? 14-15, not looking great for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think his role could be better, but he's also not the worst on 15 with the Zeus's.
I mean, 14 is looking really bad for them. both of them, Shadow and Choke, not looking too great.
Yeah, that's true.
And we once again having Toykan and Kid K, by the way, saving for next game. And when is their send going to be? Like 10? It has to be 10, right? 9 won't make a lot of sense against Shadow, at least.
Yeah, but Shadow also has Rangers, right?
Yeah, I mean, Shadow's actually quite nice in the early game from now on with the
I think 9 is not that bad though, yeah. Especially if you can send an Ogre.
I mean, 9 against Chokunyu, fine. I totally agree, right? Chokunyu is not looking any good on 9. He does have only ranged or pierce damage.
Yeah, but Shadow doesn't have damage, right? He has only the Harbinger, which gets killed quite fast by the Ogre. Well, he has good defense typing.
It depends a lot on when the Ogre is actually hitting the bunk and the Harbinger, right? Ogre going to the split, really bad for you. Ogre killing the bunk first and then afterwards making sure that the Harbinger is not getting out summon number 2, fine. Shadow Wings is likely gonna leak a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, 10 wasn't really a good option either, and they are receiving the sense here too, so they possibly needed the income.
There was no perfect option, and now he does. We have Shadow Wings having a lot of income in the backline that is not gonna tank a single bit. So, which is not perfect for him, but we do see already the Harbinger. He seems to summon, Hound number 2. The Ogre's getting targeted, so that's a hold.
Sniping the Ogre. Yeah, it is a hold. But we have a leak on Joke.
On Toykan and Kid K as well, by the way.
And Toykan leaking.
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, Toykan is not good here.
Yeah, and Kid K got quite a big send. I mean, 220.
Yeah, that's true.
So we do have Savior, right? Which could actually turn things around once again, because losing a bit of King HP in the early game, it's not too tragic if you have Savior. And we do see Kid K pushing 15 workers. He was actually doing that before Shadow Wings did the same. So I was a bit too excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, Toykan is gonna go for the Sorcerer, right? While Kid K can just pick Savior, and they're gonna be in a fine spot, health-wise.
Like maybe even Toykan going for Savior as well, I don't know. Like, sure, Sorcerer on Trinity Archer, very strong, but where do you see a win condition? I actually think Kid K and Toykan, they do have roles that do scale quite well. And so far, as I can see their opponent's roles, especially the one from Choke on You, he basically only has early game units right now, right? And up until wave 10...
but you're not pressured into Savior, right? They got the send here. Why would he have a Savior, right? Like, one Savior will put their King health a lot higher already.
That's right. I actually think overall the send on this wave was a major int play, especially the Mole against Toykan. You do see already this Trinity Archer on wave 9. A Mole won't change a lot here, and now this is just reduced pressure on Toykan and Kid K. They're now free pushing. They have the lead. There's even an offensive spell they could take.
Kid K didn't push.
Toykan did push 2 workers.
He pushed 1 now. He wanted to play it safe
push a
because
bit
of the PTA, I guess.
The problem with PTA here is that you will see when somebody's taking Savior. So as you see nobody taking PTA, Savior, you can assume that they took PTA because there's no real sorcery unit on Shadow Wings and Choke on You, and vice versa.
Will Savior.
For sure.
Like in the last second.
Will he? Oh. Yeah, I was feared he's gonna take tax allowance and miss out.
Well, that makes no sense when there's Savior in the game.
But I really do like the play, by the way, from Choke on You and Shadow Wings. They're going for the 10th sin, predicting their opponents to push a bit against it or onto it, and then going for the press the attack to try to send bigger than somebody would expect. Yeah. So overall, that's a nice idea, but I don't think it's gonna work out.
Yeah, I mean they are going for the 13th cent, obviously.
Yeah, everybody is, I think.
Yeah, Kid K is kinda he's building an MPS here. I'm not sure if I like that.
That's not great. No, not at all.
Like, I mean, he doesn't really have tanks for 13.
He doesn't, yeah.
And I assume he wants the Hades to have damage.
And what does Toykan do?
I think instead of the MPS, just building Mudman is still better. Just build them and harden them. It's a horrible tank for 13, but it is a tank.
Yeah. Okay, now we have Toykan going for the Holy Avenger. Perfect. That he's not
And he's shifting. That's
getting tricked in the... Yeah, and therefore he's showing the Sorcerer, which is great. Because, well, they know that there's at least one spell that is not Savior. It's either Press the Attack or Sorcerer. But I think at this point, if you do not show the Sorcerer here, assuming that his Press the Attack won't change anything in the build of Choke and Dune Shadowwings anyway, because they're now gonna full build for 13, no matter if you took Press the Attack or not. So just show the Sorcerer, be fine on the wave, and then shift rather bit of gold to get the Avenger.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate this. Oh no, God, so bad.
Yeah,
I mean, it's his best option, right? But it's just overall so bad for the wave.
It's just a little bit of a Steeny build now, like with the MPS.
And he has to harden. He does have
to
harden.
Yeah, he has to.
I can see his fear about not hardening because he's so bad on 14 now as well with the Hades.
Yeah, but Toykan is a god on 14.
Yeah, and they don't have any kings. Let's see. I mean, he already killed one drill golem. It's all about Toykan now, who's not on value though, who's actually 300 below.
Yeah, and he got a 4-eye.
He does.
He should have somehow just hidden.
Oh, the Harbinger from Shadow getting out another summon.
Oh, the Ogre so low on the leak on Kid K.
And we do have...
Choke is leaking really big and Shadow is leaking too.
And we do have...
and Toykan is almost holding.
That's pretty good. But is this still enough? I mean, we have 4 almost full HP drill golems. We have Half-Life 4-eye.
I think the game continues here.
Oh, this is so close. I actually would have said this is close but over. Or Kid K and Toykan?
New King is buff.
Yeah, but they did not have... I mean, this is actually way better than I thought, right? I actually thought this is going to be over because I still think those buffs are just till like 10. But actually 13 is so strong as well. But now... Yeah.
Look how the game's
the king difference. Actually, it's only the one savior in between, right? If Kid K didn't take savior, this would be would be over already.
True, I agree. But yeah, what are they gonna do now?
Well, I mean, we do have this option of overbuilding long save these days, but with this state of your king, you have to be sure about the fact that you're gonna hold. But from now on, I think Toykan and Kid K, they actually cover each other quite well. You have Kid K being quite nice on 15, you have then Toykan, who should be there for 16 and 17.
Yeah, I mean, the only issue is like 18 maybe for them. 18,
yeah, but then there's the Hades again. The question is
no tanks on Kid K.
That's true. That's true. I mean, overall against Choke and Shadow, I could see the 16 cent.
Yeah,
they don't look that great.
Shadow is just gonna spam Pyros, but I agree with the 16 option.
Yeah, true. I mean, with his split option and having the long range in the split, I think the Pyro preparation has already been there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I do not like this. This Phoenix is not great, even though it's still fine on 16, but I think Toykan does need more tanks for his Avenger later on. And with Kid K being that strong on 15,
I think it's fine, right? Like, it's good on 16, where Kid K rerolled into...
Jesters, yeah.
Jesters, okay, I like it. But it's like, I don't know, it makes him stronger, 15, 16, and 18. It's just making him weaker on 17.
Yeah, but now you have Kid K going for your Soras and Toykan going for the Phoenix, right? So either it's going to be 16
kind of weird, yeah.
Or they both die in 17. So we now... Oh no, okay. Choke and Shadow seem to send as well. They don't risk the skip. So if they were skipping and actually holding, which is likely that Shadow does at least with... I think he can get 2 Pyros at least.
Yeah, he's decently undervalued though.
Yeah, I mean, 2 Pyros, and there's plenty of tanks he does have, right?
Yeah,
building all those antlers. He doesn't get a 3rd Pyro though, which would be perfect. I think with 3 Pyros, he's very likely to hold here. And the mass of natural armor, but not like this. Is he gonna sell the Tier 1.
Joke doesn't seem too hot here.
Joking is so bad. Actually, he seems so bad. And then we have Toykan, who actually looks great here. And
Kit K hardening.
Oh,
Kit K hardening.
wait.
We can see it. He's actually hardening. We learned.
That's insane. And I think with this, Toykan and Kit K are favored on this wave to hold here. I mean, they both have the better builds for the wave. Look at this juicy Phoenix. Oh my god. Perfectly tanking being on so much damage. And Toykan just
you were saying you didn't like it. But...
Yeah, for 15.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's fine. Like,
and
they were surely not gonna get a set.
Shadow Wings, leaking small. We have Joke on you. He's actually doing a lot better than I thought. I have no clue how.
I mean, he's nearly holding.
Devilfish OP, it seems.
Yeah. Better nerf Devilfish.
Yeah.
But both Kit K and Toykan are holding, and this is a little bit of chip damage.
And the perfect thing about this now, which smart Legion Lord here is going for a Phoenix on 15, protecting 15, 16, and 18. Toykan so smart. I never said anything. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying.
This is a throw. It's a throw.
Yeah, this is an absolute throw. I agree. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I think 17 is just Kit K's job anyway. Right?
Yeah, but because what is Kit K gonna do on 17, right? He already had a Hades. He does have Mudman, that's about it. So I felt like
he has the gun and he has Mudman.
Yeah.
Nothing else he needs.
Well, but he did already have too much value in different things, I felt. Like Hades, he had a cat. So, and then building the Osaurus in 15, so I felt like he's not gonna have the value to make something out of it.
Yeah, I didn't see the Osaurus there. Well, I think we're just gonna see easy holds here.
I'm unsure about Toykan, who's losing his Phoenix quite early, but he did build some nice tanks.
I mean, he might leak just small, but even the Tempests are just fortified tanks for the Archer at this point.
Yeah. And we have Kit K, he had a lot of de-hardened units as well, but he seems to be fine.
He's just so strong here.
Yeah, Toykan's actually leaking a bit.
Yeah, which is even good for them, right? Like, it's just a pro league.
Well, this is closer. Kit K has to hold.
Joke on you leaking the north end.
Kit K. Oh my god. Shut down Kit K. This is close now.
What? It's a 50 gold shutdown.
This is close, man.
Yeah, but they are gonna live. I believe.
Okay. We have to believe in GreenSpirit.
Caster's Curse if they don't.
Oh, they don't.
What? They're actually dead? Holy. And we both were thinking this is a throw.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I was quite sure that Kit K is just gonna hold, but he leaked 1 creep. And I guess that made the difference.